Hello, it's Marie here from Crafty Landing back with you, and I'm here to share with you my latest journal, Forest Secrets, full of autumn delight, and it's my design team project for RachandBellaCrafts, and I have thoroughly enjoyed this one. It's been such fun to do. And the reason why I've called it Forest Secrets will become clear as we go through the journal. The cover, as you can see, is fabric, this gorgeous autumnal piece of fabric here. And I even had enough left over to match the tie closure to it. And on the tie closure, I've also put a bold pin with this lovely gold tassel, metal leaf here, and this metal leaf too, and it is the maple leaf, which is lovely because I'm here in the UK, but I do have some family over in America, just in Canada, just outside Toronto, so that's quite special to me. And also this lovely piece of sort of jewellery here, like a little gold coppery, get my words all wrong today, aren't I, my coppery piece of hanging jewellery there, and you can see some of this gorgeousness inside. And the cover, as you can see, and I've said, is fabric. There's also fabric on the inside cover with a piece of card sandwiched between, so it's sort of semi-sturdy. And I wanted the threads to sort of show and fray around the edge, so when I open it up on the inside cover, you'll be able to see my sewing and how I've managed to create that. So it's a one signature journal, but she's a chunky monkey because she's stuffed full of bits and pieces. So we'll get straight in, and here's my cup of tea. So if I go away to sip my cup of tea every now and then, it'll be because my throat is getting dry. So as I open it here, I'm going to mention the kits that I've used. So I've used RachandBella Woodland Wanderings kit for this one, but you will also see a little bit of their Forest Threads kit also that I've used. And along with that, here's my little bits hanging from the ball pin. It's just gorgeous. And along with RachandBella's kits, I've used a couple of kits from LianaScrap that I've delved into to used bits. I've used part of her forest fussy cuts, and I've also used some of her rusty autumn backgrounds. And from SnapDragonDigitals, I've used the autumn forest backgrounds, and from Girl One Art, I've used some of the forest neutrals, but also mostly the RachandBella kit Woodland Wanderings. I will link all of those below in the description box. So let's get oh look, I've got my autumn. I forgot I had my autumn coloured jumper on today, my sweatshirt. Oh, and I also know that I've got my autumn Pandora little hangy bits as well. So we're getting into the feel of autumn, and the weather has definitely turned here in the UK. It's beginning to be very chilly and sweater weather here in the UK. Right, so as we open her, as I said, you can see my sewing. So I've done a zigzaggy stitch, but also a straight stitch all the way around as well. So it will allow some of those threads to come out, but shouldn't come undone. And I have used this beautiful piece of fabric as well for the inside of the cover. It's gorgeous, isn't it? And I've stabilised the spine by putting a bit of craft text in there as well. So that's nice and sturdy, and that won't tear or come apart. So inside the front cover is this lace pocket here, piece of lace from my stash. I think my mum actually gave me this from one of her old tops, and it's slightly translucent so you can see through it. And this might be one of her recent ones, or fairly recent anyway, one of RachandBella's freebies to go along with the Woodland Wanderings and Forest Threads kit. Is this beautiful collage piece here, and I cut out the collage piece to have it the size I wanted it, and the bird and the butterfly, and I've just backed it onto some card and inked all the way round, and that can be for journaling or you could possibly use it for a pencil board throughout the journal as well, so something to lean on. It's quite sturdy. And here is the first page, this beautiful image here, getting into the autumnal spirit. And on this side is the autumn forest page from SnapDragonDigitals, but I've collaged it up with some mushrooms and ferns down here. I stamped that mushroom there. I've got a mushroom stamp kit, and I believe this is from one of Rachel and Bella's fussy cut sheets. So I've cut the beautiful deer out there, and it just goes so nice with this background image. And on this page, that is RachandBellaCrafts, that's from the Woodland Wanderings, and it has a bit of a secret pocket because I've put a butterfly up here, but I've cut a slit so that I can get this journaling card inside, and this has been cut from one of the papers in the Rachel and Bella kits as well, and I've made that into a journaling card. And this butterfly here matches that butterfly, so that when you put it inside the secret pocket, it makes it secret because you actually can't see it very well unless you go quite close up, because this butterfly looks as if it's whole there like that. So there's a nice secret place for journaling inside there. If we turn over here, we have a tag from Rachel Bella's Forest Threads kits, and oh, we've got a bit of a fluffy tail going on. What's behind? Oh, hello, Mr. Squirrel. You're hiding in the trees. That's Mr. Squirrel, and he's cut out from, I think it's Rachel Bella's fussy cut sheet, and I've backed that onto card to make him quite sturdy, scrapbooking card, and he just goes nicely hiding behind there. On this page, I've clustered up some ferns and mushroom again, and we have a window pocket here, which I've made this journaling card out of this bird and mushroom image, and back that onto some scrapbooking card, and he just goes back inside. Oh, why don't they go back in when you need them to? There we go, back inside that pocket there. And if you open it up, we've got a collage pocket here, Edith Holden background, and inside the pocket is one of the little tags from the Rachel and Bella Woodland Wanderings kit. The tags that she included are just so sweet. They are absolutely gorgeous, and I've made this one into a little booklet so you can write in there, tea stain paper. And also you've got room to write here because you've got some journaling space, which I've just prettied up with some ferns and that beautiful hair, and made a little scrappy pad using, that's from my own stash, and just some tea stain paper in there. So that goes there and covers Mr. Hare up. Nice surprise when you open that to see him there. And some lace ruffle here, journaling space. I've made a pocket here. Again, I've clustered it up with some autumnal images and autumnal stamp there. And inside here, we have a journaling card, which that's been cut out, that acorn's been cut out from Rachel and Bella. And we've got some tea stain paper here for journaling, and part of an autumnal flower, which I've cut out from a vintage address book from the letter G, and I've just stuck on some tiny ferns and a mushroom there. Oh, and that's beautiful, isn't it? That is one of LianaScrap's backgrounds. I think that's from the Rusty Autumn background kit, and they go in there like that. On this side, we've got like a waterfall here, and my mushroom stamps, and I've cut them out to make the tabs to help open, and then there's some journaling room there. So 1, 2 and 3, and you could also journal up there as well underneath. So that's nice there. And on this side, this is part of the autumn forest pages from SnapDragonDigitals, and inside the tree, so I've cut the tree out so it looks whole on the page there, but it actually has been cut into a pocket which holds this lovely large journaling card there. And I've just clustered up some bits and pieces, and he just goes in there like that. So that's a nice large journaling card, and the autumn forest backgrounds there. We've got Rachel and Bella here. I've cut out one of her large mushrooms from the journal page and tea stained it on the back, so room for journaling there. And I've just stuck another piece of scrappy bit here for journaling and collaged it up with this beautiful flying owl mushroom and leaf there. And underneath this piece of journaling is a pocket, which I've just made this tag and backed it with tea stain and Hello Mr. Stale. And that background, that is from Rachel and Bella's Woodlands Wandering kits. The backgrounds are gorgeous, so I've used bits and pieces of that throughout the journal, and that goes inside the pocket. We close the flap and then the paper clip holds it together like that, piece of ribbon on there. And on this side, the other side of that paper clip holds this journaling card here, which is a picture of a garden from a gardening book, and I've just cut out a die cut of this window as if you're looking out into the garden, and then one of Rachel and Bella's butterflies, which I've cut from the kit as well. She had some butterflies in the corners of one sheet and some inside the specimen boxes, so I've cut some of the butterflies out and used them in the journal. Now here we've got another waterfall effect, little pockets which I've sewn around, and the flower here background is from Rachel and Bella, and I've just used pieces, and as I said, I've sewn a pocket, and we've got some more of her beautiful cute tags which I've backed onto tea stain, and there's 3 of those in each, one in each of the pockets there. And if we swivel, hello Mr. Mushroom, if we swivel the mushroom round, this one opens, and then the second one is able to open, and the third one can be opened. So some hidden journaling spots there, and the insides have been covered with some piano roll paper. So those are quite cute and hide some journaling, and you put the mushroom back in its place and it holds it all closed. On this side I have a piece of autumn fabric. You see the leaves on there, so I've ruffled it up and made it into a pocket, and inside the pocket we've got a few bits and pieces here, a handmade envelope, an image of a fox, and a forest poem, and a piece of book page, and they're all held together by this lovely heart paper clip there. And on this page we have another one of those autumn forest backgrounds, and it's got plenty of journaling space. And on this side I've used the fox from Rachel and Bella's kit, and I sort of trimmed him out, cut him out, again put a little bit of collage of ferns and mushrooms here, and I've made him into a tuck spot. So he works really well with the trees in the background, and I've tucked in there an autumn journaling card. That is from Rachel and Bella's, one of the background journal pages, and I've cut that out and sewn around that. Put green on the back for some journaling, and a handmade envelope which opens all the way up for some extra journaling space there, with a leaf to keep it closed. So they're tucked behind there. And over here I've got this trim in some autumnal colours, and it's like a mini belly band. So I've just stuck the ends down like that, and inside is a little book made with the tags from the Rachel and Bella collection, and I've just made it into a little scrappy journal book there, and Mr. Bird gets hidden behind the trim. Beautiful page here, lots of journaling space, one of Rachel and Bella's specimens, and I cut the butterfly out from the white background and just put some book page behind of a garden image, and then restuck the butterfly on the top, and it swivels like that to give it a bit of movement. This is one of Rachel and Bella's backgrounds in the kit. It's gorgeous. Didn't want to cover it up too much, and I've made 2 pockets here. One that holds Mr. Fox, again some sewing all the way around, a bit of lace trim, journal on there, and the other one is the entrance to the forest. It's beautiful, I love that image, and again some messy sewing and backed it. So they go in there, and these two, the 2 tags are from Rach and Bella, Woodland Wanderings. And if we open it up, here is the centre spread. I'm just going to have some of my tea. Oh, lovely. And it's beautiful, isn't it? I'll just leave you marvel at the beauty of this. So I haven't done anything to the centre spread. This is just perfect. And I believe that is from Rachel and Bella. I believe that's one of her sheets. It's beautiful, isn't it? On this side, Rachel and Bella background, and I've made a large pocket this side. And I've put in, this is from a gardening book from autumn time, and what to do to your garden to get ready for the spring and what needs planting and things. So I've cut this out from the page. It's quite a large page, so I've cut it down, and I've stapled on some really muddy, as if it's been out in the garden already, tea stained paper there. So you could do some journaling on that. Oh, why wouldn't you go in? There we go. And on this page, I've made a hidden paperclip out of 2 of Rachel and Bella's tiny journaling cards of butterflies, and I've just backed it onto some card. There's a paperclip in there that's hidden away, and it just gets attached to this page here, so it can hold things underneath if you want it to, like that. Okay, so the same again on this side, more journaling space, lovely little forest creature there. Rachel and Bella paper here, and I've made it into like a policy pocket with some string, and on the end of the string I've just added this little wooden leaf here. And if we open it up, I'm just going to show you the back, because that's also a Rachel and Bella journal background page. It's beautiful, isn't it? So I've used that on the back of there, and the same for the one underneath. And inside we have this lovely little, lovely little tuck spot here, okay, which I've collaged up with the fox and the mushrooms, and it holds some goodies. So we have a collaged journal tag, it's like a tag, and a picture of a fox from a book, and you can journal on the back. I backed it onto some card, and we have an envelope here which I'm going to pop inside some extra fussy cuts that I've got here that I didn't use. So tree and some mushrooms. I love that mushroom, it's gorgeous. And a flower, a wax seal with a ladybird, a squirrel, some leaves, more mushrooms. So I'll find some more stuff as well, more bits and pieces. They can go in there, and I'll close the envelope up. Mr. Foxy and the tag, and they get put behind the little tuck spot there. Now, in this little tuck spot, we have this piece of crochet trim. Well, if you give that a little pull, out comes one of Rachel's tiny little tags, and I've just put some mushrooms on there and backed it, and you can even journal on there, and that gets hidden, so another little secret spot, and that gets put back in there like so. And then we close the pocket up, and it all gets kept nice inside there. On this side is that beautiful image, and I think that's the Autumn Forest, one of the Autumn Forest pages from SnapDragonDigitals. Here is some paper from my own stash, which I thought worked well with the autumn theme, and inside this pocket there is more of that paper. Inside the pocket is the other part of that address book, so the autumnal flowers there, and a scrappy pad that my mum actually made for me, and the colours, that picture's beautiful, and the colours just matched the autumn theme going on throughout the journal. So I'm going to pop that in there, and then that as well, and I've just tied some trim in there. And this big pocket here, I've used one of Rachel and Bella's journal cards from the Woodlands Wandering. These mushrooms are just gorgeous. Back that onto some tea stained paper ready for journaling, and here is a genuine vintage sort of like a note card really, and so it comes with its original envelope, and I thought that was just perfect. So they go in that large pocket there. Space for journaling. Here we have a belly band, and I've added some embossed orange paper and some old lined ledger paper from an old ledger book, some book page, and another of Rachel's journaling cards from the Woodland Wandering kit, and that just goes inside the belly band like so, like that. So that all holds, the belly band holds all those there, and if we undo the belly band and pull it out, you've got a piece of paper from my stash, and on the other side it's tea stained, so room for journaling, and then that's hidden away, so another spot for some secret journaling there, and that's just tied into a bow. There we go. On this side here we have some large fabric trim, which I've sewn in a ruffle and just stuck that on there. Beautiful, isn't it? It's just so gorgeous, and the colours just perfect. That page and that, they just match. Beautiful. Now here I have some of Rachel Bella's large tags, but I've trimmed them down to be smaller, so the main picture on them still remains though. So we've got the fox, and we've got one of those beautiful backgrounds again, and I just put a hole punched there and put some string through them so that you pull them out, shows that you pull them out, and that's one of the fern ones which I've cut down. Backed them all onto some grid paper and inked them up, and oh, we have another fluffy tail. Hello, Mr. Squirrel. So we have another squirrel here, and he is hiding behind there, like that. So that's quite nice. And there you go there. There we are, 1, 2, 3. So they're staggered tags there. And on this side we have a fabric pocket, clustered pocket that I've made, a dried flower, some Edith Holden paper, and we've got another collage tag inside there, like that, and that's just fits in there. And on this side, a bit more secrets, because these leaves will swivel, and if we move them up high enough, hello, that's cool, it enables us to open this little booklet. So we've got more journaling space going on here. Little wee hedgehog. I think that's one of Rachel and Bella's. Little wee hedgehog there. And behind him, oh, we have Mr. Fox. And I've cut him out from one of the fussy cut sheets from Rachel and added him onto some ledger paper. So there's room for journaling on there, and again, just added some ribbon to be able to pull it out from behind the book. So that's, put that down. So that's another little secret there, and I've added a snail and one of Rachel's butterflies just there. So that's quite a nice idea. And then on this side, we've got a tuck spot here, so an up tuck, a pocket at the top or a tuck at the top, a little bit of fabric ruffle going on, and the owl, flying owl, which I've clustered up with some leaves there, and piece of Edith Holden book page, along with that floral background sheet from Rachel and Bella, which I've just backed onto a piece of that's the where the florals came from, the address book. So that's that, and a piece of Edith Holden here, and also that pattern is what I made these out of as well. That's the background for those. Put that one back in there. So that just gets tucked up in there, lovely. And on this side we have, this one opens up like so. This little envelope opens up, and notes, that's from the Rachel and Bella as well, Woodland Wanderings. There were some words on one of the pages from Rachel's Woodland Wanderings kit, and that gets put back up in there, and then that closes like so. And I have the, why wouldn't that close? What's going on here? There we go. There we go. And here we have two little journaling spots. These I cut out from Rachel's, she has some flower specimens, and I've cut the centres out and used them. And we've got some little tiny journaling spots here. That goes in there. Little belly band, and that's a little belly band, and this one opens up that way. So they are from Rachel and Bella's little flower specimens. And on this side I've made a pocket out of a book page, Seasons of Mists and Mellow Fruitfulness. And that's a well-known phrase for autumn. And if we pull this out, this is from Rachel and Bella, and I've made a tag. So her large tag I've cut out and put some ribbon on there, and those are the specimen cards that I cut the flowers out to make the fronts of those. I think there were 4, so I've used these 2 as a little tuck for this lovely little squirrel tag here, and he's backed, and so is the big one backed, and I've done a little collage here, and you can see the bird on the background sheet of that one, and he just gets put in there like so. Why is he not going back in? He was in there. There we go. It's because the book is so chunky, isn't it? Right, here I've clustered up this large tag here with some fussy cuts. Use some washi tape here with gold leaves on, journaling space and some mushrooms and a hedgehog here. And if we pull the hedgehog, out comes another tag, and you can journal on him there. So he's a little bit of a secret too, bit of secret journaling there. And then cover him up, and on this side we have another tag from Rachel's Forest Threads kit. This time I've just backed it onto some fabric, which is rough, the same colours, it matches the journal. And oh, hello, this time we have an owl looking at us. So he's hiding, one eye open behind the tag like that. Background page from the Autumn Forest kit from SnapDragonDigitals, and here I've just got this hidden paper clip, tiny paper clip, and inside there is a little journaling card like that on that side, and the back of the paper clip, it holds one of Rachel's bird tags here, which I've added some trim to, sorry, losing my words, and clustered up with a little squirrel, leaf and ladybird down here. And that is the back of the journal. So there we go, my lovely, lovely chunky Forest Secrets journal. Thank you for staying with me and listening to my ramblings on as I flip through. But I hope it's given you some enjoyment and maybe inspired you to do some interactive pages. And as I say, all the papers that I've used, kits that I've used, I will list below in the description box. Thank you for watching. I shall see you soon. Bye for now.